The mission of the museum is actually twofold. Number one is to keep alive the history of the Cotton Belt Railroad. Now, the Cotton Belt being the nickname of the St. Louis Southwestern Railroad. The railroad actually started in Tyler, Texas in 1877. And in 1996, it ceased to exist because the Union Pacific bought out the Southern Pacific. The Southern Pacific had purchased the Cotton Belt Railroad in 1932, or actually took over the Cotton Belt Railroad in 1932, and left it running as the Cotton Belt as an entity, but as a total subsidiary of the Southern Pacific Railroad. What we have in here are people's private collections, really. The McDaniel family gave us an awful lot from McDaniel. McDaniel actually had worked for the railroad 50 years, and he had acquired a lot of things. He had over 130 lanterns. Now, we didn't get all 130 of them, thank goodness, because we didn't have room for them, but we got a lot of his lanterns. Clyde Bragg's wife, Sharon, gave the city, not the Cotton Belt Historical Society, but the city, the train sets that he had collected over his lifetime. All of this thing that you see down here, everything here and all in our cabinets over here, 200 engines, 1,600 cars, all the track and accessories and the transformers and all that went with it. She gave that to the city. And they said, ask the Cotton Belt Rail Historical Society if they would help build a setup for the kids so they could have, and then they said you can use the rest of it for your historical collection, because by that time the Cotton Belt Rail Historical Society had acquired an awful lot of memorabilia and artifacts from the Cotton Belt Railroad and the Southern Pacific Railroad and other railroads beside. You're only seeing maybe 1/10 of the photos we had. We just don't have wall space for it. I wish we had a bigger museum. What I'd like to be able to do is to have, that where people can come in and have not only the photos, but have the story of the photo and what was in the photo. And so I have some of that, but we just limited the space we have. And the thing that we have advantage here that I just love is the fact that we have the model trains. Now, we're not a model railroad club. We're a historical society. All right, but we have the model trains to show what the trains look like from the very beginning to what they are today and how they progressed. The other advantage that we have in here is we have the real trains going by. And boy, when that happens, this place clears out. Everybody wants to go out to see the train, okay? And there's nothing that's more overwhelming than standing 5 feet from a train as it goes by with all that noise. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a great place.